Sadhgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagadambe Reads the Holy Books of India, Mahabharata 255. As you may remember, Arjuna had accepted a bride for his son, Abhimanyu. There arrived in the court of Virata a messenger from Hastinapura. He came to the court of Virata when Yudhishthira was there with his brothers. He said, "These are the words of my king Duryodhana. You must prepare yourselves to go to the forest for another 12 years. Arjuna, one of the Pandavas, was seen by us before the expiry of the 13th year. This is the message that has been sent to you." Yudhishthira laughed loud and long. He said, "Go back quickly to your lord, master, and king, and give him my message. Let our revered grandfather Bhishma say whether the 13th year has been completed or not. In a few days, he will get a message from me. Ask him to be ready to answer that question of mine. Till then, ask him to leave us alone." Chapter 22, The Wedding of Abhimanyu. News flew from one end of the world to the other that the Pandavas had come out of their Anyatavasa, that their term of exile was over. There was no other topic of conversation. People were everywhere discussing what the behavior of Duryodhana would be. The Pandavas took for themselves the city called Upaplavya. It belonged to Virata. Yudhishthira sent messengers to all his friends and well-wishers, the first of these being, of course, Krishna and Drupada. They hurried to Upaplavya. Balarama was the first to arrive. He was followed by Krishna, who was accompanied by Subhadra and her son Abhimanyu. The meeting between the Pandavas and Krishna was very tender. The host of the Vrishnis had arrived. The Pandavas with Virata went to the outskirts of the city to receive Krishna and Balarama. They fell at their feet. Their eyes swam in tears. They said, "By your grace, Krishna, we have finished the 13 years. You are our Lord and friend. We are in your hands. You are our refuge. We will do what you want us to do. We have no mind of our own. We are yours, and you are ours. You mean everything to us." Krishna was overcome with emotion when he looked at his dear, dear cousins. His tears flowed like a river. Draupadi was as much upset as he was. They could not talk for a long time. Tears choked their voices. They stood silent. Krishna took the hands of Draupadi and lifted her up. He dried her tears with his fingers. He said, "No, Draupadi, do not weep. The time for tears is over. Smile now. The day is near when your smile can come back to your face. Dry your lovely eyes. I will set about fulfilling the promise I gave you in the Kamyaka forest 13 years back. The sickness in your heart will be cured soon." They entered Upaplavya. All the kings who loved Yudhishthira had come there. They were all pleased that they were meeting Yudhishthira and his brothers after the 13 years of exile. They were glad that Virata had been their host for 1 year. The marriage of Abhimanyu was to be celebrated soon. All the kings stayed on to attend the wedding. The wedding was celebrated with great joy. Young Abhimanyu looked like his father and his uncle Krishna. He was the most handsome bridegroom that ever sat before the sacred fire. The bride was a perfect mate for this young lion. They made a beautiful pair as they sat before the sacred fire. Domya was the officiating priest for the Pandavas. Krishna and Arjuna sat side by side, smiling often at each other. The city of Virata was like heaven on earth. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.